I've been told this week might be spicy for Star Citizen. And if there's one thing a tomato likes, it is tasting not like a tomato. Let's look at it. On Tuesday, we got a subscriber monthly newsletter and subscriber comm link. Yay! Let's hear it, kids. On Wednesday, we got a new monthly report. Oh, that's even more yay, dude. Offering a detailed update from our teams as work continues on upcoming releases and long-term initiatives from February 2026. We will be live reading that, streaming that, whatever. But since we have the Thursday, we'll get to the schedule in a minute. Let's keep going. It's your chance to see how development is progressing across disciplines and what's taking shape behind the scenes. Come join me for that. We'll check out what's going on in terms of ship and feature development. On Thursday, Star Citizen Live returns with a tech talk. Benoit? No, Sean Tracy, the other tech guy. Managing Director of Technical Operations. Join us on Twitch at 4 p.m. UTC as we get into Star Citizen's technology, including the engine and editor, tools and pipeline, character tech and VR. Submit your questions now on Spectrum. We talked about that. Sean Tracy is one of the original people to work on the CryEngine. He was hired back in the 2000s and did a lot on the SK team, but eventually moved over to CIG back when a lot of the CryEngine tech devs moved over to CIG, which was like a boon for Star Citizen. So he's definitely the kind of person that you want on one of these shows to answer tech questions. I would highly suggest you come on here and submit whatever it is you want to know. I got to think about my questions because he's going to have some good answers. I want to make sure I have a good one. Like, what was your favorite Power Ranger? Okay, this week, they said we're aiming to release a first tech preview of the transport system. Let's go! This is huge! Oh my god! This is actually really... I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. Some people probably just decided to peace out from that. Can I just show you the Star Citizen 4.0 roadmap from like... way back when they first announced this roadmap for 4.0. It's hard to even find it. So this shows you what was planned for 4.0 in May of 2024, which is like a solid 8 months before the patch came out. Transit refactor was on there, right? Reworking the transit refactor used for trams elevators to be compatible with server meshing as well as generally more robust. Now we know that the trams are a bit of a problem. I could probably look up the term glitch in my in my list here and we could find a tram doing something weird or something doing something weird, whether it's a tram or an elevator. All of the things about like stuff breaking in this game and doing things incorrectly and not rendering right and flying out into space, all this sort of stuff comes from the transit system. The transit system was broken by server meshing. Something that they were talking about getting into the game for years before server meshing came in. In the monthly reports, the transit refactor would come up as early as 2022. So it was wildly disappointing when this did not make it in 4.0. And we in fact learned, and I think the Star Citizen March monthly report, that not only were they not going to have the transport refactor out yet, but they also needed to create another one with the team adding, setup, validating, debugging. Yes. So this is the ongoing transport rework known as the transport system. It was actually February, I think it was. It was broke before server meshing too. Yeah, it's never been great, but they chose not to fix it originally because they always had this new version that they were going to put in. They were like, why fix the old version when the new version is going to come in? But then they released server meshing and they had to fix the old version anyways. I think they say it. Here we go. A strike team was formed to deal with underlying issues affecting the transit system, while another continued with the ongoing refactor towards the new transport system. So at the end of the day, they did have to come back and fix the old system and keep it working for us in the last year or so. That's what we've been running on, right? So these freight elevators, the train problems that we keep running into, all of these issues that we have with things that move in Star Citizen are all based around this transit system that never got updated when they were bringing in the original 4.0 update. That maybe will start changing this week with the tech preview of the transport system. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it helps. They say this system enables easier design, setup, and integration into instanced content such as hangars, while also providing a more robust functionality within server meshed environments. The goal is to also release Tech Preview 4.7 to the Evocati this week, with Wave 1 planned shortly after. So we are getting to 4.7 testing. It's going to Evo this week. Transport refactor, which is another one of the big prongs. There are systems that they've always talked about that needed to fall into place for this game to work, or at least to progress forward. And over the last year and a half or so, they've started to happen. Server meshing was one of them. The Gen 12 renderer with the Vulkan API was another one. The cargo refactor and persistent entity streaming was another one. The transport refactor is one. All of these things actually happening now are the kind of reasons that I think you'll see people being a little bit more critical about progress and more wanting of more to happen quickly, because these roadblocks are starting to get knocked down. And this is the time for us to start seeing more progress quickly. They continue on by saying Alpha 4.6 is not being left behind. We've recently rolled out new hotfixes, including granting any outstanding clearing the air rewards to players who reach their milestones during the event, but haven't received them yet. More fixes are coming this week, including addressing NPCs getting stuck in a cowering stance. No, keep it. I think they should probably keep a couple of NPC archetypes in this game that cower or T-pose when certain things happen. An Easter egg. Maybe if you do a certain thing in a city center, all of the NPCs within 20 meters of you start cowering. Please bless us with the little Easter eggs like that, CIG. Then we can pull up the youngins and be like, oh, back in my day, they did this without us wanting them to. This Friday, the latest RSI weekly newsletter lands in your inbox. If you're not subscribed yet, you can enable it at any time through the account settings. And last but not least, Order 66 is hosting a new RP PvP event this Saturday, March 7th, Dead Man's Switch. The goal is to capture the Wicklow Idris, board it, and trigger the self-destruct. Whoever sets it off takes the prize. Jump into their Discord server and take part in this all-out battle this weekend. GII, if you guys want to take part in this, we can look into it. We were invited personally to do so. But to be quite honest, we're going to have to make sure that the member from their org actually shows up with the Wicklow Idris. Sorry. Love the guys. Love Order 66. But I'm probably going to shade them for a while because of that one. But yeah, that is this week in Star Citizen. It's looking like an exciting one. The tech preview for the transport system is freaking huge. This would be great, and I'm very hopeful that this makes it into. I mean, if this is just now being tested, I'm guessing it's not going to 4.7, but maybe if they're putting it in the same patch, I don't know. This could be a big boon for the game in 4.7, possibly 4.8. I hope it makes some changes and it improves things in the transport segment. And 4.7 going to Evocati would be nice too. Overall, it should be an interesting week.